Ladies and gentlemen, members and friends. That wasn't a particularly good pop. You supplemented it, thankfully. Yeah. We're going to try something from October Outturn,
Yes.
which is a new distillery for us to showcase, which is really exciting. This is RW7.2. RW designates rye whiskey. Mm-hmm. We don't get heaps of rye through, but the ones we do get are really enjoyable. And it's RW7.1. I'm pretty sure was a US exclusive because it's an American distillery. Mm-hmm. So the Team USA, SMWS got the entire lion's share of that cask. But the .2 got shared around internationally, and we're very lucky to have nabbed a small allocation of it for Australia. It is a single cask, strength, 4-year-old rye. And even just before we went live, just now, before we hit record, Lachie and I were saying it smells almost Australian.
Yes, it does. As soon as when I noticed the bottle last night, because I went through all of them just to have a little notice to see how I could talk to them over during service last night. As soon as I noticed that, it reminded me of a particular Sydney distillery and their rye malt.
Yeah, because it's very malty on the nose. Mm-hmm. It's not your typical. The nose straight away is not your typical black pepper,
And,
not like your Rittenhouse or your spearmint,
and your dill and all of that.
It's there. Some ryes are almost positively toothpaste.
Yeah,
some ryes are almost like spearmint toothpaste in a glass, which is definitely an energy. But
this has elements of that, but it's also got this like fresh cane juice kind of thing, sugar cane juice kind of thing.
Almost a bit rummy.
Yeah,
almost a rummy.
But then it's got this really agricultural, like fresh cut hay, straw bale kind of thing.
It is agricultural, that's for sure. That's lovely.
And it's like alfalfa sprouts or snow peas.
Bit green, a little bit, bit vegetal. I get a bit of like crushed pistachio.
Yeah.
Like pistachio nuts or pistachio paste or something.
Yeah, it's definitely got that like cashew butter kind of thing.
Very much a farmhouse rye, as in like it's literally, you've got the word farm in the title of the distillery, but it's very like agricultural, farmyardy kind of rye, which is just tastes a bit more genuine than some ryes, if that makes sense. It's got that sort of like, it's sort of a bit farmyardy and a bit sort of like agricultural, which we've just said. To be called rye whiskey, just for those playing along, if you're used to drinking single malts, it's a very different experience. They work well neat, as we're trying them now, but they also work well mixed. So it's a very versatile spirit. I'd argue that they work better in both capacities sometimes than single malts do. And so they're very versatile, along with bourbons as well.
I mean, the history of rye whiskey is directly tied to cocktail culture as well.
Yeah.
As in, a lot of the original whiskey cocktails, or some of the original cocktails as a whole, were originally based off rye whiskey, because that was the prevalent style of whiskey in the United States at the time where cocktail culture was burgeoning. So the old-fashioned, the Manhattan, the whiskey sour, they were rye whiskey cocktails.
Yeah, wow. It's
very drying on the palate. The tannin's quite restrained. It's got this peanut shell kind of thing on the mid to back palate as well.
It's very drinkable, even at that proof. It's you almost wonder, like, it's maybe I'm going to just see what happens with a bit of water tomorrow.
It's got this goji berry thing on the palate. So it goes from this really earthy agricultural thing on the nose to this kind of astringent but red fruit character.
Yeah.
Yeah, really interesting to see.
But it means it's 51% rye or higher in the mash bill. I don't think it's an extremely high rye bill.
I'd say it's pretty midway. It's not a full
75% or something rye.
Yeah. Not like some of the distilleries getting around which do 100% rye nowadays in the United States.
Well, 99. Ish, 100-ish.
No, there's definitely a few doing exactly 100.
What do they use for the enzyme?
Added enzyme. But also, there's distilleries that use malted rye to get that enzymatic thing going on.
Yeah, right.
It's hard work still, but they do it nonetheless.
Sounds counterintuitive.
Yeah, New Riff is one.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
they're 100% rye.
That's lovely. It actually works well with water. It becomes more praline-y, more like
a bit bubblegummy.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like the cheap tattoo wrapped bubble gum you get from like the milk bar or something.
Yeah.
That.
Melbourne show bag. Melbourne, Royal show bag.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting now. That's cool.
The water just you get way more of those Gillian seashells. Gillian chocolate.
All right.
Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. So that's on the bar at Whisky Alement, 230 Russell Street, 4 p.m. every day. It's also in October Outturn, coming on the first Friday of October, which is the 4th. Thank you, our producer. For the 4th of October. I couldn't remember. I thought it was the 4th or the 6th. 4th of October is the first Friday of the month, which is when this is being released on SMWS.com.au/shop. Thank you so much for coming along the ride, Lachlan.
Always.
Pleasure as always.
Cheers.
Sanjiva. Cheers.
Sanjiva.